What's happening? It's yours truly, Heidi. So, I've got a couple different fan requests now that I'm going to be honoring. So I'll be doing 2 separate videos. This one, basically I get to tell you a couple of rare stories about myself that normally people would be like, oh my gosh, you really did say that. Yes, I did. Because it's just my luck. It's just what happens, and it's happening now more and more. A few years back, I met my friend Tuesday. We hung out for several nights, pulled a couple all-nighters, no drinking, no drugs, completely sober. And we're sitting down watching a movie one night, and I start falling asleep sitting on the couch with a cigarette in my hand, and she says, Heidi, why don't you go ahead and go to bed, I'll lock up. And I was dog sitting at the time, so I was, at my friend's house, and I said, well, I'll let the dogs out and finish my cigarette. I should be okay. And then I'll go ahead and go to bed. So I did that. I went upstairs, and I went to go to the bathroom before I went to bed. Full intentions, not to be TMI, but full intentions of just going number 1. Now, I told my friend Tuesday to text me when she got home. So, all of a sudden, I remember waking up on the toilet. I sat down to go pee. I woke up. The counter is over here on my right side. And I was leaned over, sleeping, for about 4 hours. My cell phone wide open on the floor. So obviously something made me grab my cell phone, which I'm assuming was her text. My arm felt all funky, like it was falling asleep, but I didn't think much of it. I just got up and went back to bed. In the right form, Well, come to find out, I had to go to the ER. The ER said that I probably pinched my nerve a little bit up there, right in this area, so, it might feel funny for a couple days, but it should come back. No, that didn't come back. And then I end up going and seeing my family doctor, and they say, well, it can take a while sometimes, so why don't we give you this splint, which all it did was come up a little higher, because otherwise my hand was like this. I go to open a bottle of pop without my splint, and I'm going like this. What does this look like? You take it away. What does that look like? Right, yeah. So, I had to have my sister fill out paperwork for me because I'm left-hand stupid and right-handed. So, that was horrible as it was. Finally, it didn't get better. I ended up going to a specialist. Administrative, getting in the door, telling them the story about falling asleep on the toilet for 4 hours completely sober. Yeah, they got a rise out of that. And then the doctors, many doctors actually, we had fun in the emergency room with it the night that I went in the first time. But here I am realizing they got to do a EEG and stick these needles in my arms and do electroshocks and all this stuff, and found out that the damage went from about here, about down to here was where it was at when they did the test. And then they did this little zapper thingy, they touched me and I, jump, and I'm like, it was making me mad. They were making me do things I couldn't do myself. So, lo and behold, one day, they told me I might have to have surgery on it. And I'm thinking, all for falling asleep on the toilet for 4 hours. Okay, so yes, I fell asleep, ladies and gentlemen, on the toilet for 4 hours. Hellacious ring around the butt, let me tell you. That was a bruise, let me tell you. Oh, horrible. And I almost had to have surgery. But one day in my splint, I started moving my hands, opening it and things like that. And then I was able to gain it back. So it took about 6 to 8 months for that to completely heal. Now just recently, night before last, I went to bed, and sometimes I do, I'll lay down and my ear will be folded like this, and then I gotta readjust, and I mean, my ears don't stick out forever. I mean, I don't think so anyway. If they do, please tell me, because I need to do something about it. But I woke up feeling as if I had slept on this ear folded, and that it was asleep. Well, the whole day went by, and even back here on my scalp right here, all the way up to about here is numb. And my ear out here is all numb. In here, I can feel that. Right here, no, I cannot. I don't know what this is all about, people. I have no idea. I've been told it'll go away in a couple days, but you know, last time they said that, I passed out on the toilet for 4 hours, and 6 months later, ta-da, it works. So, I can hear okay, but there's my second rare and unusual story, and now I'm putting it on blast on the internet. So I hope that you at least got a smile out of it, because that's the story of my life, is something happens, we at least got to laugh about it. I definitely laugh about it quite a bit. But this ear thing, that ain't funny yet, because it ain't over. I'm ready for it to be gone. Day number 2, ready, gone. I can't do 6 months, no. So, pray for me, or whatever you do. Alright, deuces, working on video number 2.